In this training session, you will learn how to best teach adult learners who learn in the following ways: visual learners that need to see things, auditory learners that need to hear and discuss things, and kinesthetic learners that need to do things. Visual learners retain information best when they're able to see and visualize whatever it is they're learning about. This is especially true if and when they can see the actual item they are studying or use visual cues to understand a concept. If that's not an option, using images, videos, or illustrations will help these learners visualize what they need to. Whether the learners are learning about a physical object or an abstract concept, video is better when possible and appropriate. For example, seeing a picture of a basketball is good, but seeing a video of someone bouncing a basketball will allow learners to better understand what a basketball can do. Seeing a video of someone doing a slam dunk will give even more information on what can be done with a basketball. Auditory learners retain information best through listening and discussion with others. They benefit the most from lectures, podcasts, or through debates with peers where they're able to talk through problems in order to solve them. Sometimes these learners will read aloud so that they can better understand what's being taught. The best way to reach these learners is to allow them the time to discuss newly learned material or to listen to and hear information as many times as needed until they feel confident that they understand. Try to incorporate auditory experiences with group discussions and question and answer sessions. Read aloud to these learners often or allow them to volunteer to report for the group during a project. Kinesthetic learners retain information best through hands-on physical experience. They need to move, touch, and do things to aid in their learning. Kinesthetic learners absorb information best if they are physically engaged in the learning process, whether that be interaction with an item, their peers, or physically moving when they need to. Kinesthetic learners would benefit from role-play exercises, hands-on activities, and simulations. Other useful strategies include handwriting notes instead of typing, standing up to ask or answer a question, or moving to a different location in the room. How do I use this knowledge? You can cater to the visual learners with images and videos, have conversations with the auditory learners, and allow the kinesthetic learners to move around the room and interact with each other to solve a hands-on problem. Let's take a look at an example of an easy task like boiling water. Visual learners would benefit most from pictures or videos that demonstrate how to boil a pot of water. Seeing the correct type of pot or kettle to use, the correct level of water, and the proper temperature would all help them learn. Video is highly beneficial because learners can watch an instructor boiling water in real time. Learners can also pause and replay videos as many times as needed until they feel confident they understand. An auditory learner would benefit from listening to a culinary podcast, for example, where they detail the steps needed to boil water, as well as any precautionary advice and tips or tricks that may help. An additional help to these learners would be speaking with their peers, reviewing the steps with each other, and helping each other to understand. A kinesthetic or tactile learner would benefit most from being able to actually boil a pot of water. Ideally, learners would be able to practice these skills in a mock or real kitchen environment where they could fill a pot of water, turn the stove on, and monitor the water until it boils. Hands-on interaction with the lesson helps knowledge retention. So what did we learn? There are three main types of adult learning styles: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Visual learners relate images and videos to the lesson. Auditory learners relate things they hear and discuss to the lesson. And kinesthetic learners relate hands-on practice and physical movement to the lesson. Finding out how your students learn and catering to each style will benefit everyone. Providing methods of instruction that directly benefit each style of learning will further students' understanding of key concepts. Adult learners are multimodal. That means they rely on combinations of learning style techniques, so use whatever tools and practices you can to reach your whole audience.